Hi dear, this is Deep from T Technology. Today we will start the go deep diving in software testing lifecycle, which is known as STLC. So let's start and see what is the STLC. We talked about software development lifecycle STLC. If you don't watch the STLC videos, please take your time, watch them, and come back to the software testing lifecycle, or we call them as STLC. Let's know what is the software testing lifecycle and the phases, and we're going to cover each phase separately with details. Since this course is mainly focused on testing, then we will cover each phase separately. So STLC is a process where all the components of the feature of the application are tested and they ensure the application or the software under test meets the quality standards based on the business needs completely. So when we say STLC, it consists of several phases or stages. So in each stage or each phase depends on what STLC software development lifecycle we use. If we use waterfall, then our STLC will be sequential. If we use agile STLC, then our software testing lifecycle will be iteratives. So based on the project and based on STLC type, then we can adopt our software testing lifecycle. So these phases are included requirement analysis, test planning, test case development, test environment setup, test execution, and test cycle closures. So let's begin with the requirement analysis. So as a tester, how we can analyze the requirements, where we can go. So let me go to the next slide. So this is the big question. As a tester, how do you gather the requirements? For gathering the requirements and analyzing of the requirements, there are many sessions, especially one of the famous sessions which is called refinement session or grooming session. In the refinement or grooming sessions, all stockholders, developers, product owner, business analyst, and testers, they join together. The product owner just demo and make clarification on the software's requirement and features requirement that make sure that every stakeholder understand the features. So these requirements is sliced into small chunks. Each chunk is called a story. For example, let me show you our board we are going to use for the in-teams practical analysis is right here. See, this is the Jira where we collect all our requirements. We will have a separate session on these Jira and Agile methodology and Scrum framework. If you look at the backlog, I'm clicking on the backlog. I see this all as requirements. See, they all requirement. These requirements is coming from a parent requirement. For example, let me open the validation of registration page for TT Technology application. And I click and I open this one. So see, this is a small piece of the requirement. This small piece of requirement is coming from the parent requirement, which is the parent is called as an epic in the board. So if I click on this one and open a new tab, the parent, see, this is the parent. Usually we call them as epic in the software testing terminology. So these epic can be closed when the below feature are created and testing in T technology. See, this all is the features. So we have a lot of requirements. So a lot of these requirements, they are divided and sliced into the following story. Each of them is called a story or issue. Mostly in the Jira terminology is called issue. Also, we can call them among the team story ticket. So for example, I'm on the ticket story number 1, issue number 1. See, this is, I'm going to navigate me back to here. So this story is a chunk of the epic, a small portion of the requirement. So when the product owner demo to all stakeholders, they use Jira, they talk all about this one. So as a tester, the first thing that we are looking up is in the board, in the story, in the issue is acceptance criteria. Acceptance criteria is the place which is all the requirement mentioned on how to test. This acceptance criteria can be in different ways. It differs from project to project. For example, here is given, when, then. As a given is a condition. A registration functionality is available in T Technology UI. So if I go to the T Technology UI, then if I go to the logout, I want to log out, then I want to go to the back to registrations. See? This is a registration page. This registration page is available in the Technology UI. It's a condition. Once it's available, then user is perform the action. User is register as a new user. So you go here and you register for this registration page. You put your first name, last name, your phone number, and so on. So here, then what the user do, the output is you come under the then column. So the user should fill the below attributes with the both valid and invalid informations. So the valid information is all this registration page should have a link navigate to the home page, a string register, first name, last name, email, course, password, confirm password, agree to privacy and policy, register button, and have an account. This all should be available in the UI here in our T Technology page. So these requirements can be gathered by a tester during the refinement session, where the product owner clarify all functionality of a story or a feature or a requirement. At this refinement session, which is tester included, they can brainstorming, they can ask many questions about anything that you have a doubt. You can ask and product owner give you the answers. Another way that tester can gather the requirement is collaborations. It's collaboration with a team. For example, then why? Collaboration with a team. Collaboration with, especially with business analysts. Business analyst who knows the functionality, who knows the requirement, who knows what this application should look like. So these collaborations can be done through business analyst or BA. It can be direct, it can be indirect. Then document review. So document review, you can, as a tester, you always have the document available for you that you can review document for the specific requirement. For example, if we go to the Jira board here, Jira board, see this small piece of requirement, the A whole part is available in the parent, which is epic requirement. Or most of the time there might be an attachment to the story that you can download the attachment and you can read the story. Or there might be a command. There is a command by PO, by Scrum Master, by the business analyst, the application manager. They add a command that more clarifications. Or if you have any question, any doubt, then you can just add the command, click, and then add the comment where what to whom that you want. For example, T technology, just add the comment and then ask them then what is this is about. So it is the second way that you can gather the requirement. The other way we can gather the requirement as a tester is clarifying doubts. For example, you have problems, you have questions, you have doubts on the feature, how does it work? Then you can ask them questions. Ask direct questions. Hey, how does this work? Hey, what is the expectation for this one? You can email them, you can chat them, you can reach out to them directly, indirectly, to ask them questions to understand all the requirements. So once we understand the requirements, then as a tester, we need to create a document which is called RTM, which stands for Requirement Traceability Metrics. What is Requirement Traceability Metrics, or RTM? Requirement Traceability Metrics is a document which links the requirement with the associated test cases for the tester in order to make sure that all the requirements, all the bullet points has been covered by the tester and tested. Or you might add some edge cases. Also you can add this RTM. So how does RTM look like? I created once already and I want to show you here. See, this is the requirement traceability metrics. For example, this is the test case ID. I have test case 1, test case 2, 3, 4, and so on. Then I have the requirement ID. Requirement ID is nothing just from our Jira board, which is Scrum 1. If you look to the Jira board, then you see what is Scrum 21. Then I need to go here and update it, which is Scrum 21. That is the requirement ID that I wanted to. So for example, for each bullet point of these requirements, I made a test case. So this one, test case 1, test case 1 talk about this one, test case to talk about title register, 3 first name positive, last first name negative, last name positive, last name negative, email valid, invalid email, courses, password complex, samples, and confirm password match, not match, checkbox, and have an account or link. So see, for each bullet point, I want to write a test case for each of them. So as a tester, we need to create traceability metrics once the requirement analysis is done. Why? It helps us to make sure all these requirements which is mentioned in the acceptance criteria should be covered in the testing. That is what the reason, the purpose that we have RTM, or requirement traceability metrics. Thank you so much. We talk about the first phase of the STLC, software development lifecycle, software testing lifecycle, which is requirement analysis. If you got any question, feel free, put a comment. I will reach you out. Thank you. And also remember, we are using these methodologies within a team, in a real project, software testing, project-based software testing in a team. If you're interested, just comment below. We will provide you further information. Thank you. That was this one. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about the next phase as well.